No DQ Galaxy. We are live with predictions for the 2024 WWE Bad Blood Premium Live event, Atlanta, Georgia. We have 5 matches. WWE keeping it nice and simple with this format. 5 matches. Special start time of 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday instead of 7 or 8. I like it. I'm digging that. 3-hour show. Should be a fun one to watch. I mean, as far as B shows go, this has to be one of the most important premium live events in quite some time. But let's go around the panel and get everyone's thoughts. We have a 5-person panel tonight for the 5 matches. I am going to start with the one and only TJS. Get his thoughts, Mr. Giggle Man. TJS, how excited are you for this show on a scale of 1 to 10? How many giggles on a scale of 1 to 10 are you feeling this pay-per-view?
Oh, you know what? There's 2 matches on this card that I am really looking forward to. The rest, I could take it or leave it. So, I'm going to average it out and say about 8 giggles out of 10 for this one. Should be fun. Real quick, I just want to say I'm starting to miss the longer PLEs, especially with Raw getting cut to 2 hours. I feel like people are going to be losing some TV time. So I wouldn't complain if we had 6 or 7 matches sometimes, but it is what it is. 8 giggles.
What's funny, because sometimes WWE would just throw a bunch of matches together on a pay-per-view, but there are actually meaningful matches that could have been on this show, like Sami Zayn versus Gunther. You could have had like 8 or 9 matches on this card. That's how strong some of the storylines are in WWE right now. They could have put Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed, last monster standing, on the premium live event, but they didn't. They're just sticking with the 5-match formula. Dwayne, I'll throw it over to you on a scale of 1 to 10. How are you feeling about this show?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. Probably I'll go 7 or 8 out of it. You know, one thing about this, there's only 2 matches of myself that's only intrigued the most, but they had a hell of a build-up for every one of these matches. So I'm really interested to see exactly how they all ended. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you for that, Dwayne. Matthew, we'll throw it over to you now with your thoughts on this show.
I mean, I'm kind of the same boat, about an 8. Maybe I'm overthinking and overbooking in my head some of the matches, but I'm kind of curious how some of them are going to play out. To me, though, the biggest match is just the Hell in the Cell match, which apparently, if rumored are true, is not main eventing, but I think should be main eventing. But really, I'm just kind of excited to see both how these things play out and where things go from here. Is this the end of certain feuds, or is this just the beginning?
Very, very well said there, Matthew. And now we'll throw it over to Jeff Meacham. I mean, there's some teases for this show. What's coming after this? Bad Blood could have a very significant outcome for several matches. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, if you believe the reports or the rumors or whatever, Hell in a Cell not being the last match indicates to me that the tag match has an angle alert. So I and with Cody talking about Crown Jewel having title implications, it's like, okay, there's definitely something going on in that tag match, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually intrigued by all 5 of these matches. And if I wasn't going to be out of town and in a home where I wasn't going to be able to watch the whole show, I'd be even more excited. But I'm still giving it a 10 out of 10. I'm ready for this show, man. I'm here. Oh, wow.
I mean, as far as B shows go, this is one of the most interesting ones of the year. I'm going 9 out of 10 for this one.
Yeah.
I'm hyped up for it, and I think we might get a few surprises. Should be a very memorable show, even though it's only 5 matches. TJS?
I just want to say I am glad that they're using the Bad Blood name instead of just calling it Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
So just wanted to add that.
There you go. It's also the anniversary of Bad Blood with the first Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, so maybe the Hell in a Cell match should main event.
Well, it is not, apparently.
Again, the fact that it's not leads me to believe that it'll be the blow-off finally, and we'll get Drew and Punk moving forward with other stuff. Because as great as this feud's been, it's time to blow it off and move forward.
Yeah, this should be the end of an era. Chat room, leave your thoughts, leave your comments as we do our predictions. I will put some of the comments up on the screen as we go through these. We are going to go in what has been the reported match order. We'll see if that ends up being 100% accurate, but we're going with it. So the first match we're talking about is arguably the match people are most excited about, maybe the biggest match on this show. Honestly, I think this should be main eventing unless WWE has a big ending with that tag match. I really feel Hell in a Cell should be closing. We got CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in what will seemingly be the opening match for Bad Blood. And as we mentioned, I think it's obvious this will be the end of the feud. They've both pretty much guaranteed blood in this match. Each one said they're going to make the other one bleed. I expect blood. I expect maybe the most violent WWE match in quite some time. And somebody's coughing out there. My ears. R.I.P. my ears.
Mute button.
There's a mute button, folks. Use it. Anyways, I don't even know who did it, so I'm not calling anybody out because I didn't catch who did it. But whoever did, put that mute button on. Anyways, I think that this will be a very violent match by WWE standards. Now, I'm not expecting any syringes to be used. I'm not expecting any plastic bags, but I do think we'll get blood in this match, and I think it'll be a hell of a battle between these two. The final battle in this war between them. Who's going to be the winner of this war? Well, let's get everybody's thoughts. Jeff, I'm going to go right back to you for this one. What do you think about this match?
This Hell in a Cell match really feels like the Hell in a Cell matches of old, that they were designed to be the end of something, or at least the major point of a feud. You talk about the first one, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker back in 1997. As far as I remember, that was one of the few WWE matches that got the legendary rating from the NorCal Nitwit. So, that's something of itself. The fact that it was a cage match and not a traditional technical masterpiece that ended up getting the big five. But I have loved the way they've gone about this. From the minute Punk returned to the company at Survivor Series last year, these two have been aimed at each other, and it's been a lot of ups and downs because of the injury to Punk and because of the intensity that they've allowed to display. I am confident that WWE will allow these guys to just get loose and beat the snot out of each other. As far as a winner, God, it's so hard because I have loved Drew McIntyre since he came back. Whatever it was, how many years ago in NXT, and then he went to the main roster. But he really stutter stepped until he became the WWE champion during the pandemic era. He really did carry Raw through that era, and he's really been kind of just there for me since. But I love Drew, and I readily admitted I was wrong about CM Punk in AEW, and I'm glad he's back in WWE. I think that in order for both their characters to progress forward, I think Punk almost has to win this one, just to finally get that. It's his first major feud that he's been a part of in this entire year. He's been back, so I think he has to win. But I wouldn't be upset if Drew won either.
I agree with Jeff. I think CM Punk has to win this. Drew McIntyre could take a couple months off, maybe come back at the Royal Rumble. CM Punk challenges the world champion, goes for the world title. I think that's going to happen. And then probably CM Punk will fight Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. They'll do what they were supposed to do this year. But yeah, I think CM Punk will win this, wins his first feud back. Hopefully he doesn't get injured.
Right.
Matthew, we'll go over to you next with your thoughts.
My heart wants Drew just because I absolutely love Drew's character now, but my gut says Punk's going to win it. But it's just funny because this is a rare feud where the babyface has outsmarted the heel more than the heel has outsmarted the babyface. So that's kind of where I wish Drew would win, but I think there's more. I mean, either way, both guys are going to be winners coming out of this, but I think this could lead to the rumored, if he's going to really do it, this could be how we get to Punk versus Wade Barrett, or Drew versus Wade Barrett somehow, and Seth is probably going to go after Gunther. But yeah, I think in the end, Punk's going to win, but I just want this match to deliver with how they promised, and I think it will. And like everybody else, again, this should be the main event. But my heart says Drew, but my head says Punk.
There you go. All right, Dwayne, we'll throw it over to you now.
I kind of like what Matthew said, man. My heart's wanting Drew to win it, but betting odds are it's going to be Seth. Or now you got me saying it. It's going to be CM Punk winning it. He needs this win probably more than Drew does. We've all seen Drew lose big matches. He always gets back up, and he comes right back all the time. I don't see if this has to be the end of it. I don't see nothing else bigger they can do unless it's a loser leaves WWE, and I don't see either one of them possibly leaving or not re-signing. So, I mean, I'm okay with whoever wins, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be CM Punk night. My question is, as we were talking about bonus points, this one ought to be is CM Punk won't come out his unscathed.
Oh, jeez, yeah. I'm not gonna put bets on will CM Punk get hurt or not. Hopefully he doesn't. But yeah, I mean, some people might do that. We're not. We're above that. We're not gonna go that far. We're not that much of a pack of degenerates to go that route. Well, maybe TGS would enjoy that prop bet, but we're not gonna go there. Building Nexus sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Says, could losing this drive Drew even more crazy? It could, but again, I feel like there's really nothing left for him to do at this point. I think he should probably just take a few months off. Now, I've seen some comments about Ethan Page potentially getting involved. I don't think that's going to happen. I highly doubt Ethan Page will interfere. I really don't think anybody's going to interfere. Like, you could have Wade Barrett get involved or somebody, but I think it's going to be straight up Hell in a Cell to settle this score. I really don't see any interference. TJS, what do you think?
I agree, Aaron, about hopefully Punk does not get hurt. Pretty much before every one of his matches, I'm just like, I'm praying that it does not happen. I think it's crazy that this is not main eventing. And it's crazy to me that, spoiler alert, the next reported match is going to be Bayley versus Nia. How are they supposed to follow this? I think it's kind of silly that this is not main eventing, like I said. But anyway, it's going to be a great match, and I will agree with you. I think Punk is winning, and then we pretty much have the built-in Punk versus Gunther match at Survivor Series. So I think that this match should also be like loser leaves Raw or something like that, because it's going to be hard to have these guys on the same brand after this kind of match. So Punk wins, and yeah, this is easily my most anticipated match.
I too am going with CM Punk, so I think it's unanimous. Everybody picking CM Punk for this one. We'll move on now to the next match, which is Nia Jax defending the Women's Championship against Bayley, and we are going to do a bonus point for this one. We all know Tiffany Stratton has that Women's Money in the Bank contract, and they've been teasing that she might cash in on Nia Jax. So the bonus point is, will Tiffany actually cash in? And this means it's officially cashed in, not a tease. It has to be where it's officially recognized as a cash in. She no longer has it after Bad Blood. It's 100% done. She cashes in. She doesn't have to be successful or not, just that the cash in is official. So let's talk about this match and give our thoughts. I'll start. I think it's maybe too soon for the cash in. I think they might hold off on it a little bit more. So I'm going to say no to the cash in. And I'm going to say Nia Jax retains for now. Tiffany might tease it, but I don't think it's going to happen. She might be the difference maker in the match. She might interfere, but I'm going to say Nia retains, and they'll save the cash in for a month or two down the line. But I think it's coming pretty soon. But in this case, I don't think they're going to do that when they got so much else going on during this show. So I say Nia Jax wins with some shenanigans. TJS, I'll throw it over to you.
I think no cash in. I agree. I think they're cooking something pretty good, though, with this Tiffany and Nia story. It's going to lead to a babyface turn, I think. So no cash in for now, but I do wish that this had a stipulation. Do you guys think this would make a good stipulation match, Nia versus Bayley? I had one in mind. I'm just wondering if we're thinking the same thing.
What's that?
Bra and panties. I think... because I think Bayley's losing. So so that gives away my prediction. Nia Jax wins, and I don't know where we're going after this, but like I said, it's leading to a Tiffany Stratton babyface turn, but no cash in. Nia wins, and I still think it's a shame that they're going to have to follow that Hell in a Cell match because that's basically impossible.
Aaron, is there a function on YouTube where you can time out the panelist? Can we maybe just asking for a friend?
It's something that should at least be looked into. But anyways,
okay. Google, get on that. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Matthew, we will throw it over to you, and hopefully you have no weird ass stipulations suggestions.
No weird ass stipulations, but I do think there will be a heel turn. But it's not who we expect. I think Naomi could end up costing Bayley, leading to a Naomi Bayley feud because of just how they've been interacting together. And I do think Nia's going to win. Tiffany isn't going to cash in, mostly because of the rumors that the great Nepo baby queen herself, Charlotte, is on her way back. And if they really want to make Tiffany over, you have Tiffany cash in on Charlotte after she inevitably wins the belt off of Nia. But yeah, Nia's going to win. And I think, like I said, I think Naomi could probably end up costing Bayley either intentionally or unintentionally, maybe to stop Tiffany from getting involved.
Yeah, I actually agree with Dr. Bropio. I think Charlotte will come back, and that's when Tiffany will cash in, and they'll set up Charlotte versus Tiffany for WrestleMania. That's what my gut feeling is at this point. But TJS, you had something to say.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask, what did you call Charlotte? The what?
Queen Nepo baby.
I thought you said Queen Nipple baby. That's what I heard.
I think he means
those crickets are loud. I'm just throwing that out there.
Nepotism, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But it would be interesting if Charlotte won the title, like a title change, and then just immediately got cashed in on. You would just add another one to her title.
First time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that, TJS. And now we'll throw it over to Dwayne.
Oh, God. I'm going to have that vision stuck in my head on that, TJ. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But then again, that comment after that probably was worse than what he said. So anyway, I'm not big on this match. Don't really care. I'm going with Nia Jax retaining, though. I do agree with Matthew, though. Naomi was the one that I was anticipating probably costing Bayley the match in some sort of way. So either way, Nia wins. No cash in.
All right, there you have it. Jeff Meacham.
Oh, okay. Try to rein it in, but it's me,
follow
so
that.
Probably not. Yeah, I don't want to, but I'll have a choice. I'm the last guy. I'm the final boss of this match, apparently. Yay me. Good Lord. I think Nia retains. There won't be a cash in this time. But to the chat room's point, there has to be some sort of cash in between before WrestleMania, because the big rumor is Tiffany versus Charlotte at WrestleMania, and that will be a title match. So it won't happen Saturday, but I'm thinking maybe Royal Rumble for a cash in.
Yeah, that's
or hell, if they want to really pop the Chamber show, especially if it's going to be in the UK, have Tiffany do it over there.
Oh yeah, there you go. I like it. All right, thank you for that, Jeff. And now
Short and sweet.
we will move on to our next match, which is Finn Balor going one-on-one with his former Judgment Day teammate, Damian Priest. Now, I feel like this is probably the most predictable match on the entire show. The last several weeks, Judgment Day has been getting the best of Priest. And on Raw, Balor delivered like 3 coup de grace to Priest. To me, this one's obvious. Damian Priest gets his win over Balor. Should be a good match, though. Dwayne, I'll throw it over to you on this one. Let's get your thoughts. Do you see any kind of swerve here? What are your thoughts?
No, I do not. I'm going with Damian to win. I kind of want to see him dominate it, but, we shall see. It's going to be a great match. Damian wins, and I hope this is the end of Damian and the Judgment Day.
We'll see if that's the case or not. Matthew, do you agree with him? What are your thoughts?
I'm a little unsure on this one because Balor could definitely use the win, but they have booked Damian pretty strong. But at the same time, I think Judgment Day is at least going to get one win this weekend. So, yeah, I think Priest will probably win, but we're going to get some sort of shenanigans in this. I don't know if Priest is going to end up having to fight off like most of the Judgment Day, and maybe Jay shows up to help. But yeah, I think Priest will win this one.
All right. Well, we're gonna get through this one fairly quickly here, Jeff.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's the most predictable. As much as I want to see Finn Balor do more and be book stronger as he has been here during this Judgment Day thing, Priest is just so white hot right now. They can't have him lose this battle with Balor. So I think he wins, but I don't think it'll be the end of the battles between the Terror Twins and the rest of Judgment Day. At least not yet.
All right, TJS.
Is everyone going with Priest so far?
Yes.
I'm not. I'm going with Finn. I feel you guys really can't see Finn winning this.
Not after Priest got beat down like 3 or 4 weeks out of the past month or so.
Yeah, and I guess the go-home show was on Monday. So if you're going by WWE logic, you know what? I'm sticking with Finn winning to be different.
Though, does WWE logic really apply anymore? We got a whole different thing booking at the top now. Is it really the same logic?
Maybe not. I'm going with Finn because I feel like they really need. Oh, I just saw Ian's comment. They really need to establish this new Judgment Day because it feels like a bunch of jobbers, to be honest. Like, I hate to say that because you have Carlito. JD McDonough is a jobber, but there's Dominik. I think he's come a long way. I think they need to establish this Judgment Day. So I'm saying Finn wins with shenanigans probably, but he still gets the W.
All right. Well, I could see them bringing in a new person at this point. I mean, I just don't see it happening. But TJS, you could be the one man correct here, and not sure if it's going to help you in our predictions league or not.
He could be the 1 in 1 and 4 here in this panel.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. We got 2 matches left. We got the Women's Championship up for grabs. Liv Morgan.
The top graphics, my favorite part.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
What the hell? I didn't notice that till right now. Jesus
That's hilarious.
Nice. Yes, so as you guys can see, we got Liv Morgan versus Rhea Bloody Ripley with Dominik Mysterio hoisted up in that shark cage. And as I've said in other videos and streams, to me, this is an obvious angle where Dominik's going to throw something down. We've seen this many times in these shark cage matches. Some kind of shenanigans. We think Dominik's not going to be a difference maker, but, well, things happen. So, Matthew, we'll go over to you on this one. Do you see a title change, or do you think Dominik will somehow be able to help out Liv Morgan?
As much as it pains me to not see Mommy win, Mommy's not winning. Liv is retaining, but not because of Dom. I think this, if she's healthy, this is where we get heel Raquel. This is where Raquel shows up and becomes Liv's new muscle and gives Judgment Day a new member.
Ooh, I like it. That's interesting. I mean, she should be coming back very soon, and a lot of people seem to think that would be a good angle there to bring her back. Jeff, what do you think? Do you think that's a solid idea? Do you have something else in mind?
I had the audio cut out. Who did you say was coming back? I'm sorry.
Raquel.
Oh, Raquel. Yeah, I mean, I was never a fan of the smiley, happy-go-lucky Raquel, and I think her being back with Liv actually would work. Did Liv actively turn on her in the process of this new angle for her? Okay, well then, hell, yeah, bring her back, and that's a way to keep Dom out of it, because yeah, as much as we always see the shark cage people get involved or have a bloody nose like Jerry Lawler, or break his damn knees like poor Jimmy Cornette, keep him up there and just let somebody else, maybe Dom does the toss down to distract from the situation, and that's when Raquel comes in and just lays out whoever, lays Rhea out. Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. Yeah, I definitely think Liv retains. There's no doubt about that for me. I think it's too soon to blow off the idea of Liv being champion. So a lot of people don't like it. I happen to be one of the people that does like Liv as champion. I think it's fun. So yeah. I definitely think she'll retain. Bringing Raquel back would be a nice bonus for me personally.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have Liv retain somehow, whether Raquel returns or not. I think Liv will retain her championship. Matthew.
Also, another thing that people might have forgot. Remember, Dom and Liv were on the phone with Bálor on Monday, and he said, "I've got something to take care of this," or something like that.
It's true.
So, again, that's where I think we're getting a new member, and I think it's going to probably be Raquel.
All right. Well, that very well could be what happens. TJS, you definitely have your own opinions on things. So what do you got for us?
Rhea is winning the title back. That's what I think. I think that we don't need every title reign to be 6 months long. So Rhea never lost the title, fairly. She was never pinned. So I think this is where she gets it back. Because if Rhea loses, then where does she go from here? You cannot just keep going with this feud. Eventually, they're going to have to face different people. So again, maybe I'm just getting a little bit desperate since we're nearing the end of the league and I need to catch up. But I am predicting for Rhea to pull this one out, and it would be nice if there's no interference for once. It would be nice if Dominik really was useless in the shark cage and didn't toss anything down, but we all know how it goes. I wouldn't be surprised if he tosses something down, like brass knuckles or something, and then Rhea catches them and uses them on Liv instead of the other way around or something like that. So I think Rhea gets the title back.
Tyler's inherent desire to let things play out is battling with his score in the prediction league. It's an eternal conflict from hell for this guy.
Yeah, it kind of is.
All right, then. Dwayne, we'll wrap it up with you, and then we'll get to our main event.
Well, me and Matthew seems to be reading the same news from some sort of source, but I like what he said. I like what everybody's saying, but I mean, going back to what we was talking about earlier about the 50-50 booking, Rhea did get the upper hand on Liv and throw Dominik in the shark cage, So if y'all want to go by that, then yes, Liv on the retaining. But I'm going to bite the bullet here, and I'm going with TJS on this one. I think Rhea's going to win the title back. Some sort of shenanigans is probably going to reoccur. I think we're going to get the return of a heel Raquel, but I don't think we're going to get it just yet. So I'm going with Rhea to regain the title.
All right. Well, it's a little bit split on this one. We'll see what happens at Bad Blood. And now we move on to our main event. We got Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, teaming up with the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Cody Rhodes, going up against the new bloodline, Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Now, there's been a lot of rumors. Cody Rhodes teased something might be going down, like a vignette or a video. Somebody might be showing up at Bad Blood to set up Crown Jewel. Lots of speculation. Could The Rock show up? Will Brock Lesnar return? Regardless of what happens here, I think Bloodline needs the win here to keep their heat going. Even though it is in Atlanta, I think Bloodline needs to pick up the win here. Building Nexus sent in $2. Thank you for that, Building Nexus. It said most likely or more likely he'll turn Kevin Owens or Randy Orton. Well, they've been teasing Kevin Owens, but hey, a Randy Orton turn out of nowhere would be very interesting. But I think KO would be more likely. Now, does Kevin Owens cost Cody the match here, officially going heel? That's a possibility too. We're going to do a bonus point, and the bonus point is going to be, does The Rock show up at Bad Blood? Whether it's a video or vignette, or he shows up in person. He can show up via video or satellite. Does The Rock show up at the end of the show? That you can give a yes or no on that one. So TJS, we will start with you on this one and get your thoughts. There's some possibilities here. Maybe Cody wins clean. You've been going with some different picks. What do you think?
Wow. Well, here's where I'm torn, Aaron. I think that if this is main eventing, then there has to be something big happening at the end, because that's the only logical reason why this would close. What can be bigger than a Hell in a Cell match? Like literally pretty much like the tagline of this show is about Hell in a Cell. So I think The Rock has to show up. But on the other hand, I'm like, this is a B show, you know?
Right.
But then again, Roman Reigns is wrestling on it, and Roman is not wrestling on every show these days. Let's face it. Oh, man. You know what? I'm saying Cody and Roman win. I think they're going to win. And I think The Rock shows up afterward to confront Cody and Roman. And then maybe you have The Rock teasing that he's going to align with Roman, but instead he lays out Roman and Cody, and the new bloodline stands tall at the end. So baby faces win, Rock comes out, and then turns on Roman and Cody, and then the heels get their heat back, and that sets up the match for Crown Jewel. Cody versus Roman. Or, sorry, Cody versus Rock. That feels like a good place to do it, right?
Well, somebody, I'm not sure who, said that Crown Jewel is not a big enough show to do Cody versus Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes versus The Rock. So
we got Goldberg on that in Saudi. We got Shawn Michaels in Saudi, Undertaker, didn't Tyson Fury also appear over there? Like, come on, Brock, look at the money and then tell me it's not a big enough show.
All right. Well, Dwayne, we'll go over to you next with your thoughts. Yeah, good point. I agree.
I'm trying to come up with some sort of scenario that would actually be shock value to close the show. Rock coming back ain't shock value because we all know what's coming. Kevin Owens or Randy Orton turning heel, you know, that ain't much shock value either. As many times as Randy Orton and Kevin Owens has turned heel, that's not shocking. You know what? I'm going to go against the grain on this one. I do believe Cody and Roman are going to win because, number one, this is Roman's first match since WrestleMania, and it's his hometown. But I kind of feel like the shock values might be a Cody Rhodes turn because that's something nobody would consider or see. And there's so much because they're running out of heels for Cody Rhodes to face, you know. So why not turn him heel?
Wow, that's a bold prediction.
Is he gonna dye his hair black again?
No, probably not.
Go back to his My Chemical Romance look.
Mm.
All right. Well, that is quite the suggestion of an idea. I'm going with Bloodline wins. I do not see Cody turning anytime soon. I am going with no Rock, but I would love to see it happen. I would pop big for the Rock showing up, but I'll believe it when I see it. Like TJS said, it's bad blood.
Yeah. Well, but then what video package is Cody talking about?
I mean, it could be Brock Lesnar coming out and challenging Cody for Saudi Arabia.
I wonder if Cody is just trying to clickbait us.
Yeah. Yeah, Dwayne?
You know what? That was kind of stupid of me. I don't think it's going to be probably as big as they think it's going to be. I'm going to go as far as to say it's just going to be a return of Jimmy Uso. He's going to come back and join Roman.
Yeah, I mean, could be. He could come out and help them win, and that's how Roman and Cody get the win.
See, I haven't seen this video or announcement that Cody's talking about. Was it the one that was on Pat McAfee? Where he was on Pat McAfee?
Yeah,
I haven't seen the whole thing, so I really don't. I'm not going to go in details just yet. I'm just going to go with something simple as saying a Jimmy Uso return.
Well, right. I mean, I just think The Rock has to get back in the mix before Raw on Netflix, because I definitely can see him at that show.
Yeah, well, they'll announce him like December 20th or something like that. Rock is returning on the first Netflix, something like that.
When is the first Netflix supposed to air? The first Monday?
January 6th.
Okay, so that's before the Royal Rumble then.
All right, well, Matthew, we'll throw it over to you now. Lots of possibilities. Could Kevin Owens show up, Randy Orton? Maybe they all interfere. Jimmy Uso, The Rock. I mean, it could be a lot of shenanigans. What do you think is going to happen?
That's kind of been my one concern about the pay-per-view as a whole, is especially with some of the predictions. We could see a lot of interference to every match this weekend, except for Punk and Drew. But I agree. If they're gonna do War Games, Bloodline versus Bloodline, the new Bloodline have to have the win.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I'm thinking KO and Orton could turn, or one of them, but something has to happen to where the new Bloodline wins, and I think it'd be better if Jacob Fatu is the one that gets the pin either on Cody or on Roman.
Yeah.
If they somehow if it's KO and Orton costing Cody, have Jacob pin Roman. That would make Jacob look even bigger. And then at the end, The Rock shows up and admits he's the mastermind behind all this. And of course, you get to see Jacob going, I love my tribal chief, to Roman, to The Rock, and not Solo. And it might even cause friction with Solo.
Ooh, that could be interesting. And then that's how Solo goes. Maybe goes back to being a babyface.
I mean, it's a bit of overbooking, but they've got to do something big. And in my head, that's probably about as big as you're going to get. If what Cody is saying is true. But yeah, somehow the Bloodline has to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible Cody's comments have just been blown out of proportion, and we're all overthinking this. And as mentioned earlier, maybe it's just Jimmy Uso's return or something like that. Jeff, what do you think?
Bloodline wins, no Rock.
Ooh. Wow.
It would be awesome. It would be good for the show to have The Rock's presence, however he appears, be it video or in the arena or whatever. But if I'm Rock, I don't want to go to Atlanta and deal with that airport on purpose. That airport sucks. I hate that airport. Oh, it's the worst. So I'm thinking no Rock, and I'm thinking the Bloodline wins. And if they really want to make a big statement, they have Jacob pin Roman, like you guys said.
Yeah, I think The Rock shows up Netflix debut at the earliest, if he even shows up that soon.
And if the rumors are true, I'd love that to be a thing because it's supposed to be at the new Intuit Dome where the Clippers are going to play. I'd love to see The Rock in person again. It's been a minute.
I hope I'm wrong though. I hope The Rock does show up. Like I would love that if he showed up.
I do too.
And he's actually in War Games, but I really want to see it.
I would like him to be in War Games, but it really depends how like I said, I think I said this either on the review or on one of our Saturday shows a couple weeks ago. This show is going to be a major pivot or going forward point because we're going to see a lot of things go down. I think we're going to see the bloodline really flesh out, whether Jimmy returns or whatever, and then I really think we're going to have the Rock's hand be shown as far as what side of this he's really on, if he's the straw that stirs the bloodline drink or not behind the scenes. So will he be there Saturday? I don't think so, but I hope I'm wrong, like you said.
Yeah. There you have it. We got Bad Blood coming up this Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. NoDQ.com will have live coverage. Let's go ahead and do our plugs. Kathy, we will start with you. Thanks for being on as always. Any final thoughts before we sign off?
Not really. I mean, I'm excited for the show. As Big G says, I'm happy to be here. But, as always, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. Check out No DQ. Check out, all the reviews. Check out Jeff's stuff and the rest of, the Casa de Studios and all of them. They're all great people. Support them, watch them, like their stuff. Join their watch along that they're going to do. Noah's a great caster, one of the best. I would rather hear him cast over Excalibur or even, Corey Graves and a couple others. So,
Excalibur is an independent Hall of Famer though.
But, check out No DQ and, I look forward to the show and, thank you again for letting me be a part of this.
We're always happy to have you on. Who's the better columnist on No DQ, Mr. Tito or TKW?
Tito.
There you go. Enough said. All right. Dwayne, we'll throw it over to you now. Any final thoughts?
However, my predictions turn out, man, it's going to be a great show, and I'm looking forward to it. And again, thanks for having me, man. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this, so if anything else, a lot of shit that's going on right now in the world, this is like a little sit-down stress reliever for me, so I can sit there and talk wrestling with anybody probably all night long, and this is something I thoroughly enjoyed, and I look forward to it as well. Not just this, but also other contents like the reviews, Jeff Meacham's show and all this and that, so again, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure to have you on, Dwayne. Thank you as always. And TJS, we will throw it over to you, Mr. Giggles and all. Thank you for being on with us. And any final thoughts?
Nope. Okay, fine. Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure. I really look forward to these prediction shows. Always good. It gets me a little bit more excited talking about it with my pals. So thanks for having me. And you could follow me on X at TYLRJSPHSMTH. Follow NoDQ.com. It's a great website. The guy that runs it is all right. He's a decent guy. So thanks again for having me. And enjoy the show, everyone. Remember, Saturday. Glad for a Saturday show and glad for an early show.
Absolutely. Very much looking forward to that. All right, Jeff, you got a couple things going on this weekend, so go ahead and tell us what's up.
Well, the first one is JJ and the crew and you actually, but you can follow the Simply Reliable Studios watch along, the only reliable SRS on the internet wrestling community. Coming up at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific on Saturday. You can check out their live coverage of the pay-per-view or the premium live event with Noah on commentary. I believe JJ is going to be on there, but I'm not sure if he's at his other job or not. And then, of course, right after the PLE, you can catch Aaron's recap here on NoDQ.com's YouTube. And the next day, Sunday, I will be live at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific with my thoughts on the show and everything else going on in the world of wrestling and outside of it with Meech's Musings. Special day for Meech's Musings on Sunday because I'm going to be traveling Monday. So check it out this weekend, guys. We'll be on live all weekend long.
All right. Thank you for that, Jeff. Always a pleasure. Great job on the panel tonight, everyone. For everyone that was watching this, thank you so much for checking us out. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and spread the word. Tell a friend about the No DQ YouTube channel. That's it for now. Live coverage this weekend. Enjoy Bad Blood, and I will be back Saturday night after the show, approximately 9:15. I'm thinking it'll be a 3-hour show. I'll be on with my thoughts, so tune in for that. Say yes to NoDQ.com, and we will see you all next time.